And welcome in, everyone, to another edition of the BIS podcast, broadcasting live on the Marvin Network, where our goal is to bring you updates in local government technology and to mix in a little bit of fun as well. On today's episode, we're talking about leadership, and we have one of our great leaders here at BIS and also one of the greatest golfers of BIS in Gary Melendez. Gary, how are you doing, sir?
I'm doing great. Great. I really appreciate that great golf thing on there and the great leadership. I probably a little sus on both. I get that, but all right. I'll take that. I'll take that as an intro. I appreciate that.
I got you. It's not like I got paid to say it or anything. So
well, you're not going to get paid to say it. So you're right. You didn't get paid.
That's not what you told me earlier.
Exactly.
No, I'm just kidding. Again, Gary is a great guy here, folks, and works on the accounting side here at BIS. But again, he's one of our leaders here at BIS, has really kind of come on board and really setting our goals for what we want to do and to grow here as a company on the financial side. But again, Gary, thank you for taking the time out of your day to join us here on this episode and talk about leadership. And I know we've talked about that before here on the podcast. And again, this episode is going to cover our what we're trying to do here at BIS and how we're trying to grow as a company and really what we're trying to do for 2026. So Gary, I know here at the beginning of the year, you and the exec team really sat down and went over what are our objectives here at BIS, and y'all came up with 3 objectives for BIS for 2026. So kind of talk about those objectives, Gary, and first off, what are the 3 objectives here for 2026?
You put me on the spot here. I wish you would at least told me what the topics were. All right, let me see if I could just rattle these things off for you. In 2026, our objective number 1 is strengthen and elevate our team. Our objective number 2 is build a refined and AI-powered operating system. Objective number 3 is actually going to turn BIS into a 15% margin money making machine. I think we can get a nursery rhyme out of that one too, if we dive into that a little bit.
Oh, yes, sir. We'll dive into each objective here coming up. And really, I want to talk about that first objective, Gary, strength and elevate. And again, that seems like a very, for the first objective, that seems like a very positive, very big thing. So kind of tell me, let's talk about that first objective, strength and elevate. What's that all about?
So basically, we want to clarify our expectations, building a culture of accountability by using the great game of business principles, using our KR ownership, and consistent to get together, get things back together, and the creation, connections, and energy for our team. Like I said, you talked about the fun. We just want that's part of it as well.
And now let's dive into that second objective, Gary, AI. And AI has really become a tool now that's really getting going. It's being used everywhere now. And that's really kind of a big thing that we're trying to do here at BIS and implementing in our services, especially with our DDAI service. So kind of talk to me about this AI feature and what we're trying to do going forward with it.
Yeah, so as everybody knows, hey, AI is really taking off. It's really pushing the boundaries and the way the future is going to go. And BIS is being one part of the IT world as well. We want to make sure that we capitalize on that as well, and make sure that we're using the AI, any automation tools we can to define our workflows, documentation, core processes, standardization, all of our operating procedures, just really helping launching BIS into that next generation of the way the company should be running.
Absolutely. And that's one of those features, Gary. Again, it's an ever-changing thing. It's really something that's being really presented now, here and now, and even going into the future. And that always here at BIS, we're always trying to stay ahead of the curve.
Actually, I'm not even here. This is all AI, so hopefully I don't glitch out on you guys and you see that I'm here.
Yeah, so Gary drew his own outfit right here. He told me that he was going to draw his own little sketch of himself. And hey, for AI and you creating yourself, I think you're doing pretty good.
Looking back at it, I'm kind of glaring at it. I probably should have made myself a little bit better looking, but I figured it would be more artificial that way. So they're getting the raw form of it.
Well, it may take a little bit more work, but you always have more practice to get.
Wow. All right. Well, I'm definitely gonna have to use that AI to help the features out there and make me look a bit better then.
I'm only kidding, Gary. Well, again, so Gary, we've talked about, strength and elevate. We've talked about the AI feature that we're trying to implement here and trying to use that going forward with our services here at BIS. But let's get to that third objective, making ourselves a 15% margin making machine. Kind of tell me about that last objective and how that came about.
really looking at BS as a whole. Again, we are a company. We're not going to hide the fact that we definitely need to make money, right? We need to stay in business. We need to do what's best for our clients. So we're looking at, hey, what we can do. We need to increase our profitability. We need to increase our margins. Looking at streamlining certain things in order to be a better partner for all of our clients. Again, making sure that we are making money, but we are doing what's best for our clients, and then driving that margin in order for us to actually sustain our business where we're at, and then keeping that foothold in our sector.
And I think the big thing you mentioned right there, Gary, is always making sure that we're taking care of the client. Again, we're always trying to grow as a business and being as profitable as we can, but we're always going to make sure that we look out for the client, because the client is number one.
100%. And again, if you look at every single one of them, I mean, that is realistically what it boils down to, right? Again, making sure that, hey, we strengthen, elevate a team. We want to be fun. We want to, make sure that everything's coming together. But again, it doesn't do any good. If you kind of look at that, it's almost like three pillars, right? You can't do one without the other. If one comes down, everything crumbles, right? So again, just having one of them there doesn't help us out. We need to have all three of them to, basically that leg to stand on to support our clients.
And Gary, where can these objectives take BIS for the future? Again, I know these are the main ones for 2026, but where can these go beyond and going into the future?
So by establishing these objectives now, like I said, this will just springboard BIS, not just for the rest of 2026, but 27, 28, 29 into the 30s, right? Again, because making sure that, we're here for sustainability, making sure that, hey, we're part of the community, part of what we want to build for the BIS, and then making sure that if we are profitable and we make money and we can sustain, our clients are there too. Again, it's hand in hand. Like I said, it goes back to those pillars, tying us back together with all of our objectives. It will actually allow us to just expand and then do whatever is necessary to make sure that our client base is taken care of.
Growing as a company, that is the big objective we're trying to get here at BIS. But as me and Gary just talked about, also making sure that we take care of our clients and growing our client base. That's what we're trying to do here at BIS going forward and into the future.
100%. Yeah, exactly. We like I said, we want to be there for our clients, and we want them to be the first thing they think about, right? When, hey, I need IT needs, I need GIS, I need whatever it is. Well, on that side of it, they think of us first, right? And that is our one of our main objectives, is again taking care of our clients.
Awesome, Gary. Well, are there any final thoughts that you have before we close it out today?
Yeah, just making sure that we as a company is, we're doing everything we possibly can for taking care of the future, taking care of our people and that culture. So just again, that sustainability and being there for, again, not just, the clients, but also for our internal people as well.
Awesome, Gary. Well, hey, man, I really do appreciate you joining on today's episode and really taking the time out of your schedule. I know you get very busy and you really, your time is very valuable in what you're handling here at BIS. So I really do appreciate you taking the time and joining us today, talking about the objectives here that we got going on for 2026, but how they're going to, as the first objective says, elevate us and going in not just for 2026, but also into the future. So I really do appreciate it, Gary.
No problem. And I know you keep bringing up time. You're right. I said my tea time is, in 5 more minutes. So, I do appreciate you being considerate about all that, because I got to get back on that golf course. I got to get that. I've got to get that handicap back down.
I am with you right there, man. Hey, look, Gary right now is my main competition here at BIS for golf. Right now, he's the one I'm striving to beat right now.
No worries. Just don't come up to my office, because the AI is running while I'm out at the course. So again, I appreciate it. I appreciate you letting me jump on here on your podcast.
Awesome, Gary. Well, hey, I really do appreciate it again for you joining us here today, talking about our objectives here at BIS and how they're going to help us going into the future. So again, thank you so much, sir, for joining us today. And that's going to wrap it up for this edition of the BIS podcast. For Gary, I'm Josh Green saying until next time, so long and goodbye.
I appreciate it, guys.